people try to figure out how to go viral, right? You could see all the different gurus and people. You've managed to crack the code
Hmm.
on that. Is there something that you could share about that
Yes.
people either get wrong? What's the first thing you should be thinking about before even shooting if you're trying to go viral, trying to get your name out there on social media like that?
I have so much to say about this because I just did a workshop about unlock the secrets to going viral.
Okay.
It's all very fresh. It's also very innate because if you think about yourself watching videos, and I did a whole deep dive analysis and I went through and I said, oh, viral video, why was that viral? And I listed why it was viral because in the first 3 seconds this happened. Why is this
Mhm.
viral? Oh, because what she said in the first 2 seconds got people hooked in. And then she followed up. To give examples of the things that are most successfully viral, they usually hook you in the first 3 seconds, but they also have to deliver in the remainder. Recently, there was a woman who found a rug buried in her backyard. Do you know the story of this one?
I
She found a
haven't.
rug.
Share,
Oh,
please.
she was digging to put in a fence and they found a rug in her backyard. And so she had this story, but she didn't start her video saying they were digging and they found a rug in my backyard, which
Mhm.
had blood on it, by the way. But
Ooh.
she started the story. She said, I think my house is haunted. That's how she started. And she was walking into a room showing people that her computer screen was cracked and how she had left here this here the night before, but now it's here. So she's got people so invested in this story. Not only did she have a viral video, but she had a viral video that converted people to follow because her story was so that people didn't want to miss the follow-ups to the story.
Mhm.
And right now, it's very hard, even if you have a viral video, to have that convert to followers because the algorithms are so smart that you don't have to follow people anymore. You're getting
Mm.
fed the content you like because
Yes.
of the nature of you scrolling. People don't follow as quickly as they used to back when I first got on social media. Somebody
No,
was
it's
like,
true.
tutorial, I better follow her. I amassed a following at that point. Now, if you watch a tutorial, you're likely going to get another one a few scrolls later. You don't have to necessarily follow people to get what you want. When it's a story that
Mm.
is so crucial, now you're invested in it. Now you're going to hit the follow button. And you have to take that mindset and say, okay, I don't have a haunted house, but how am I going to take that thinking into my content? How am I going to get someone interested in enough in the first 2 seconds to then stay with me? And so another trick that I love is, which again, in my analysis, starting with the end of a story. If you are somebody that's either a good storyteller or you have something that's so cool at the end, but you don't think people are going to stick around to the end, start with it. And then your video will loop back to the beginning. There was a girl who was going to the middle of the country somewhere to get a puppy that she had from a breeder or something. So she didn't start her video by saying, come with me to Kansas while I go pick up my puppy. She started the
Mhm.
video holding up this freaking cute puppy and saying, here's how I went blah, 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 and got my puppy.
Okay.
She already hooked people in to the sweet spot ending. And then everybody wanted to see what was her process now. And they're not tricks. They're just really ways of creating. It's content strategies of how you can engage your audience in the first 3 seconds so they don't scroll, but then delivering on the promise so they don't leave. And that will prompt it. And then the
Mm.
last part is what I said earlier. It's whatever that content is. If people are so into it that they send it or share it or save it, it's higher metrics than just commenting or hitting the like button.
I like what you said because now I'm thinking about the metrics like on YouTube, for example.
Mhm.
We were just talking about this with our media team. We have a disproportionate amount of people that actually follow us on YouTube on the longer stuff. Like, so we have a bunch of educational stuff that around technology and e-commerce. Anytime we've done a really deep dive, that's 40 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour,
Right.
way more followers. Like you said, people get
Ah,
invested into it.
yes.
Shorts, we get followers, but not in the same proportion to the
Right.
views, which is interesting because you would think the stuff that's more viral-ish, more people are ha ha ha, or whoa,
No.
that's an interesting nugget, you'd get more followers off of that
Nope.
versus we're going to break this down today. Today, we're going to sit down and examine a viral video and break
Yes.
it and reverse engineer it, right? And that takes you 20 minutes, 30 minutes to do.
Yeah.
More followers. It's
Followers.
really shifting my thinking. And now you're confirming, because we've been trying to understand why is this
Why?
happening?
Yeah.
Why are we getting more followers
Yeah.
on the long stuff, quote, more boring
Mhm.
than the more hippie, bloop, bleep, 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 beep, bop, boop, beep, ah, yeah,
Yes.
kind of thing.
Makes so much sense, and it is validating everything that I have in my content that is viral. So my
Mm.
longest one of my first times I was able to post, like, a 10-minute video, I did a long stop motion lesson on how to do stop motion, and it was, like, 7 minutes, which is unheard of. Who's posting a
On
7-minute video
TikTok,
on TikTok?
especially.
That's when I got hundreds of thousands of followers.
Oh,
That is when I neared my million. That's like that launched me. It was a long lesson, and people then became invested in me from my
Mm.
lessons. And so it
Ah.
was not just a quick, oh, here's how to do it, drop the clothes, boo, boo, boo thing. Like it
Mhm.
was a very detailed production. I became like a production teacher for people. And that's way more valuable for somebody to want to follow than, oh, I just learned a quick lesson from this guy who just said, oh, this is a trending audio, use it like this.
Yeah.
And I notice because I see people that do that. And when I see those people, I don't have to follow them because they show up on my page and again if I watch that video. You know what I mean? So
It's
it
fast
works on me too.